All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Biology 104 Online Mini 2. Or we got a mouthful for a name for this class. So what this is, every week I'm going to post a checklist announcement. That's just going to be a list of the assignments that are coming up in the next week or so. I'm also going to record a quick video, just kind of walk you through what you need to do. I would watch this. I know it's really easy just to read it and skip the video, but if you'll watch this, I'm going to try to give you some tips or hints, or like if there's something you need to get a head start on because it takes a little while, I'll let you know about that if you'll watch these videos, all right? Okay, so first off, before we go into this list, what I want you to do, if you haven't done this already, on the homepage there was an announcement that said, welcome to the class, and it told you to go to the Start Here tab in the upper left. So that Start Here tab, I've got another video that walks you through how Blackboard is laid out, where you can find all your assignments. Even if you've had Blackboard before, I would watch that just to get a feel for where everything is located in this class. It'll save you time looking around if you watch that video, because it'll kind of show you where everything can be found. All right. So once you have done that, here's the list of assignments that you can start on this week. And don't get scared. That looks like a lot. Most of these are actually pretty short. Okay. First off, number one, there is a pretest that you need to take. When you hear test, I want everybody to relax, because this is a zero pressure, not even worth any points test. This is just an assignment to see how much the class knows about biology before the semester starts. Now, you're not supposed to know any of this yet, so this is zero pressure. I've had students make like a 2 on the pretest and make an A in the class. So this is not like saying this is how you're going to do. We just need to know what you know about biology before this semester starts, all right? We'll compare that with how you do on some of the tests later on in the semester, and hopefully you do better is the idea behind that. All right, so this is in the Exams tab over to the left. What you need to do is just open up that test, take it, and feel free to take advantage of this, because you're probably never going to hear this again in college. If you read a question and you don't know what the answer is, just feel free to skip it. That's fine, all right? If you know it, or if you think you know the answer, go ahead and select what you think it is. But if you get to a question and you've never seen those words before, just skip it, because if you just guess C on everything, you're going to get some right even though you didn't know it. So that doesn't really help us know what you know about biology at the beginning of the semester. All right. Just go ahead and do that one. When you're done with the pretest, I don't want you to even think about it again, because really it's not going to affect your grade in here. I'm not even going to look at like individually how you did. I'm just going to look at the class average for how many of us got question number 1 and how many of us got question number 2. All right. Okay, once you do that, we've got some assignments that are worth points, so you should earn some like really easy points here at the beginning of the semester. Go over to the quizzes tab, and there is an About Me quiz. It's just to get, or survey, so to get some information about you. If this was a regular traditional class, I would just ask you some questions on the first day, like what's your name, what's your major, things like that. So this is just the online version of that to help me learn a little bit more about you. I think we're up to 35 students in the class, so if I can learn a little something about you, it's going to keep you from just being a name on Blackboard. I can make a little bit of a connection that way. So that, and really all of the assignments from here on out that I'm going to talk about are going to be due on next Sunday, March the 14th. I know that sounds like a ways off, and I pushed the due date back because there's still some students that might add the course like a few days after the beginning of the semester. I didn't want them to be bombarded with like a bunch of stuff that's due right when they get in the class. But if you have the chance, I want you to do as many of these assignments as possible this week, because we're going to have new stuff that we have to do next week, so you don't want it to all pile up at the very end of next week when the due date is. All right. So the About Me survey is due the 14th. There is a syllabus quiz. This is really simple. Just go to the Syllabus tab to the upper left, open up the syllabus, read it. I sent everyone an announcement or an email before the beginning of the semester with a copy of the syllabus, so you've probably read this already. But reread it, just kind of get it fresh, and then you've got a 5-question quiz with information that's going to be in the syllabus, all right? You can use your syllabus. Like, feel free to print that off and have it with you when you're taking this quiz. It's going to be stuff like, what's the date of your first exam? Where can you find the instructor's office? If you've got your syllabus in front of you, this is a really easy quiz, all right? It's just, I want you I want to know that you can find the syllabus and you know how to find information, because it's pretty important, so I want to make sure you know where to find it, all right? There is a excuse me, a diversity project. So if you've taken this class, or if you took Me for Biology 103 online before, you've probably done something really similar to this. You've got a couple biographies that you're going to read. Once you have read those, there is a 10-question quiz on the biographies. So we've got scientists from different backgrounds. We're going to read their biographies, and then you're just going to answer that 10-question quiz. Now, what I used to do is make that worth 10 points. I've changed it up this semester. I'm making it a bonus quiz that's worth 5 bonus points, all right? That doesn't mean you don't have to do it because it's bonus points. At the end of the semester, those bonus points can make a difference in your final grade. So I want you to earn as many of those as you possibly can, including these right at the very beginning, all right? That's also due the 14th, just a few more. All right, so now the actual learning material that we're going to do in this class. For the lectures, I've got PowerPoints posted, but I've also got lecture videos recorded. I don't want you to just print off the PowerPoints and read those. I want you to watch the videos too, because if this was a traditional class, like most instructors would give you a PowerPoint, but they also want you to show up for class and be in the lecture when they're up at the board talking about everything. Those videos are our version of the lecture. If you just read the PowerPoints and you don't watch any of the videos, that's like never showing up for lecture. You're not going to do well if you do that in a regular class. If you don't watch the videos in here, I don't think you're going to do well at all. So please watch the videos. I'm going to give you extra notes to write when you're watching the videos, so you want to make sure that you get everything before the test. You can print the PowerPoint out and then use that to take notes when you're watching the video. That's what I would do. It's going to make it a lot easier on you. If you'll have the PowerPoint printed off and then write any additional notes that I give you, you can write those on your handout that you've printed off. All right, so you need to watch that as soon as you get a chance. This Intro to Animals, and then Sponges and Cnidarians is the one that we're going to watch this week. I'm going to try to split that lecture video up into smaller pieces, so like it'll only be 30 minutes or so per part. So if you see like part 1, part 2, part 3, don't panic. It's not like a bunch of really long lectures. I'm just going to split them up into smaller pieces for you. All right. Once you have watched the lecture video, let me know if you have any questions about that material. But then you're going to have a review quiz each time that we have a lecture video. So after you've watched the Intro to Animals, Sponges, and Cnidarians lecture, you've got a 5-question quiz, a review quiz on that material. All right, so that's going to be in the quizzes tab. 5 questions. You can use your notes in the quizzes. That's perfectly fine. Now, when we take the real test, you cannot use anything, and I'll like stress and make sure you understand that you cannot use anything during the real test, the 100-point test in this class. But for the review quizzes, you can use your PowerPoint. That's fine. So all that material will be in the lecture that we covered. It'll be in the PowerPoint. Just take that quiz by the 14th. Is the due date for that. Only other thing this week, I know this sounds like a lot, but really most of those are really short. The only other thing I want you to do is we've got our first lab assignment due next week. So a couple things on that. I know I told everyone at the beginning of the semester, but you have to purchase a lab kit. The way the company that we're using is called Science Interactive. It used to be Hands-On Labs. So if you took like 103 and you used Hands-On Labs, it's the same company. They just changed their name. So the way this works is you have to have a lab kit in order to get access to the labs. Like if you say, forget that, I'm not going to even buy the lab kit, you're not going to be able to open up the labs or read the instructions. You're also not going to be able to submit anything. So that means you have to do labs because labs are required for this course. You have to purchase the lab kit. And once you've purchased it, if you purchase it from Science Interactive, then it's going to unlock your account and you can start doing the labs using their website. If you buy the lab kit from the bookstore, there's going to be a kit code on the outside of your box, and you can enter that code to unlock your account. Last semester, I had a few students had issues with that. So if you can't use that kit code, if it doesn't work for you, let me know. I'll get you the contact information for Science Interactive, and they'll need a proof of purchase like your receipt or order confirmation, but they'll be able to unlock your account for you as long as you have that proof of purchase. Okay? Is that enough for this week? Sorry. These videos aren't always going to be this long, so don't like skip them just because this one was about 10 minutes. But that's it for this week. So again, first thing, do that pretest. That one's due this Sunday, the 7th. Everything else isn't due until the 14th, but I want you to go ahead and do it now because we got new stuff we're going to be doing next week, including your first lab. So you want to get all of this out of the way that you possibly can. All right. If you need anything or if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out, send me a message. You can call me during my office hours, and I'll be glad to help. Thanks.